For those Seneca students who are attending as a part of your course requirement, you must complete and submit the worksheet, which can be accessed through the icon on the toolbar. There will be time measurable, lasting environmental impact. Hi, Tia.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Over to you now. Take it away.
Fantastic. Well, thank you all for joining. So yes, I am from Friendlier. So we're a clean tech company that is wanting to simplify that transition from single use to reusable packaging. So I'll dive into kind of our main mission of how we became to be, but that overall eliminate a lot. Tia, I'm customer success manager here at Friendlier. So I work with pretty much all of our higher ed clients in Ontario and a few other, limiting the need for natural resources to have to be taken up to make more of those products, such as wood, precious minerals, all that good stuff. So we look at that. So that's how Friendlier was kind of born. And here we are about 5 years later, doing great. So their big thing that they were looking at when they were exploring this reuse is really tackling this global problem. So this linear single-use supply chain of where a food service provider will purchase a brand new product, they sell it, whether that's in a retail to-go environment, whether that's like at a hot bar or at any ordering place or takeout, whatever it may be. And then once the consumer is done with it, it goes into the landfill. We know with recent studies and recent findings that only 9% of even recyclable materials actually end up as recycled. A lot of those will still end up into the landfill. So we may be doing the right steps on our end, but then our municipalities and our regions may not have the infrastructure or the means to be able to separate out those potentially recycled or even repurposed materials and eliminate those from going into landfill. And the big thing with the global problem of this linear supply chain is that it's having a really high speed and scale. There's seconds per transaction. There's no added labor. There's no thought really behind it. And then it produces that excessive amounts of waste. So when our co-founders were sitting down of what can we do about that, they were really looking at this reuse solution. So we see a few of these in some examples. The big one for them was they were at a football match in England. They got their beer in a reuse cup. They just paid their £2, were able to get their refills, reuse that cup, and all of that getting thrown away. And then new resources have to be made to replenish that stock that's out there. And the big thing with this as well is that we see positive impact right from the first return and right from the first reuse. So when that one container is returned to us and washed and put back into our inventory to then get repurchased and then redelivered, we see a positive impact already from that. So it just continues to scale up. And two, when you're done, you just drop it off in the exact same bin that you would as the containers. And again, we'll wash, sanitize, and deliver those back out. On the other side of that scalability as well as we can offer all the products, but who do we bring these to? So this is just a snapshot of some of the clients and partners that we work with. So we do work with a lot of the major food service providers out there, including Aramark, Compass, Dana, Sodexo, and providing these services and these as the reusable options. And we also provide them to a wide variety of use cases. So we will look at stadiums, we look at corporate campuses, environmental additions of emissions and waste and water just to make those up. Again, makeup container programs like a Sephora, TJX, exactly what Cheekbone Beauty does of having those refillables, but not having the whole plastic packaging or packaging redone. And then propane tanks and those refilleries that are there. And so we can pause here. If you want to look at your worksheet, I don't know if you have any ideas of any other circular areas in your day-to-day life of where you would rather worksheet icon. Fantastic. So I'll give you guys maybe another 30 seconds. Services, we know what kind of our niche market, where can we be used in that sense. So we are currently across country, we're coast to coast now, where we've been in Vancouver for a couple of years. Our main hub and where we originally started was in Guelph, Ontario. And then we have 2 other facilities in Ottawa and in Halifax as well. So Halifax, we just launched with the Nova Scotia School Lunch Program. Ottawa, we service Montreal, Quebec, and then Ottawa, Ontario. Guelph, we pretty much service anywhere from Windsor all the way up to Oshawa and Whitby currently. And then Vancouver, we're obviously in Vancouver in the city center there, but then we also have some remote facilities in Nanaimo to be able to service some of our school districts that we partner out there as well. So we really look in each of these spaces. We also look very granular to those. We look at those retail environments. So to go areas, frontline staff, we look at so many different things. But again, we want to look at this as seamlessly integrating into the everyday. So it's nothing too vastly different. And then we look at these other 2 pillars of staff and consumers. It started at Seneca before my time, so it's been about 2+ years since we've been on site. We've seen great success with it. But the overarching areas is that we're at every single campus. We're implemented across food services across each of these campuses, so both in any of the retail to-go items and then where you go in of the circularity program, at least at a very high level without talking for 10 more hours about each specific site.
Good.
Yeah, no, that's a really great question.
Good.
Starts off, I think, at like a golf ball. And I firsthand is that even when you're building all these new, and then that way, once you're kind of through the thick of it, then you have a really, really great foundation